Hi YouTube, that's Jeff over here at the off-grid A-frame, or going off-grid at the A-frame. We haven't been working too much on getting off the grid. The only thing we've done is the water. The lighting, like I say, I got to get some more batteries and stuff like that, and it takes money, and I don't have that right now, and we got enough to do. It's getting to become gardening time. We got to get our garden plant started. Get a garden tilled up, get the rabbit manure hauled down and put on the garden. Just cleaning up more than anything around the A-frame. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I haven't. We started cleaning up here, and we got on tires, and I think it will come up to, I don't know, it was either 18 or 21 tires that we took out of here. They went to the recycle bin. That was, well, let me grab the camera here and I'll show you. This was the trailer that we loaded. And it was pretty full. But like I say, I planned on getting all this cleaned up while the tires took so long, and getting rid of them and taking them into town, and it was a long process to get rid of them. But anyway, we also done a couple other things. It was getting too late. Sorry about the wind. But the lawnmowers, I thought, well, I'll see if I can get them running. Well, this one, there's no help for this one. It ain't worth putting the money that it needs to fix it. And it'd be nice. It's self-propelled, and it's got a nice 5.25 horse or 5.5 horse. I think it is 5.25. And Briggs motor on it, but it's just not worth messing with. They hit something with it, sheared the pin on the top of the flywheel, and also cracked it. So it needs a whole new top piece. If I had another motor laying around, I'd probably fix it, but I don't have one of those laying around. But I do have one of these. Now this one's a 12 horse, or no, it's 12.5, and I've got a 13 or a 15. I think it's a 13 that I got over at my boys, and I also have a twin 21 horse and a Husqvarna that the hydrostat's out of. I could probably put in here, so whichever. But this is going to be not a lawnmower, but we're going to use this for pulling stuff around, and it's just going to be a gopher tractor. We've got a couple of trailers we can pull with it, and it's just, she decided she wanted something like this, so I thought, well, I can throw something together and throw some fluid in the tires and call it good. And that's what we're going to do with this one. This one here, I put gas in it, pulled it twice, and it started right up. So we're going to keep this one for trimming. We've got one, but we're going to keep this one and use it. Now, we got the cats in the picture. That's Zoe. Yeah, don't ask me. Like I say, we didn't have a chance because by the time we got done getting rid of all the tires and everything, it was late. And I didn't feel like loading this all up. And it's in the afternoon. We had rain this morning. It's the 2nd of the month, so nah, we'll get it. But like I say, we got other things that we got to get done and get going on, like the garden for one. If it wouldn't have rained this morning, I probably would have fired up one of the tillers. I've got two self-propelled tillers that I use to do this with. One works a little better than the other one because the one's got reverse, the other one doesn't. The other one's a Troy-Bilt. It does a finer job of doing the finish stuff, and the coast-to-coast one, it's got reverse. It's nice for doing the first round in it. The Troy-Bilt did have reverse, but I had to repower it. When I got it, it was just the frame. And when I put the pulley system on that motor that I replaced the system with, it was the reverse didn't work. I couldn't get the reverse to work because of the levers and everything. They didn't have it all there. But the reverse works on this one, on the yellow one, and that's a coast-to-coast tiller, and it's got a 3-speed transmission in it. So that one works good. For the first round, I run that down through the garden, and then I do the finish work with the Troy-Bilt. I had somebody ask about my well drilling rig over here. All right, I've got 2 holes, all right, to hold water in. One's a screening hole, and the other one's just holds water, all right. It comes out of the hole from pushing it down through. I'll show it more when I get to running it. But anyway, the water comes up out of the hole, brings the sediment out, and it settles in this sediment pond, or whatever. Now that one was almost as deep as what this back one was, and that's how much I've used it. But I'm down 30 feet right now. Then this one here is another holding pond. That's one I put water in whenever I need it, in my drilling mud. And then it's pumped from that one with this pump. And then this hose comes out of the top of it. That green one goes on the bottom. The blue one goes onto that top section right there. All right. And then that blue hose goes over to the drilling rig, this here, and then it goes into the swivel, what they call a swivel, which is that piece right there. And there's bearings in that and everything, and that rotates. Anyway, the water goes down in that, and then I've got this pipe. Now this is the rock cutting tip on it. There's about 4 different tips, but anyway, this is what you use when you're in rock. And then the water comes down this pipe, comes out the bottom, flushes this out, and all your shavings that you've ground up comes to the top, and it settles in that pond right there. That's the best way I can tell you. But anyway, we tore it out last year, just before it froze, the night before it froze, and we pulled everything out, but we didn't get anything put away as far as the pump, or this motor here stayed out all winter, but I covered it. That one we just brought out, and we're going to hook that one back up and get ready to start drilling again. Like I say, I paid for the whole thing. I got this, I got that pump, but I had to buy all the hoses and the adapters. I got the swivel, this gantry or whatever, I got all that. It wasn't $2,500. I think it was $1,600 for everything. I might have spent $2,500 for all the stuff that I've got, because I bought another pump, and then I was carrying well water, and it takes a long time to fill a well water because of the pump. So I went and bought a smaller pump. That one there is pretty good sized. That one really pumps up well. It gives me good head pressure at the bottom of the bit, so I use that one for this one. And then I bought a smaller one, identical to that, a yellow one, and it's smaller. This is 2.5, I think it is. No, that's 2 inch, and the other one's 1.5 inches long. All right. Then what I do is that tractor that I built, or the workhorse, I take all of the stuff out of the back end of it, and I put this barrel in it, and I haul the water over, and then I got a bung on this. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get down here. This right here, I can hook that. I've got 1.5 inch hose to it. I can just back right up there close, and it's a 25-foot hose. I can dump it right into that big part of that hole just past the drilling rig, and I can fill it up twice with this. This is 275 gallons. And and then I've told you about the solar. Well, everybody's talked about, if you want to start messing with solar, Harbor Freight's got the cheapest one. All right, this is a Harbor Freight panel that I paid I think it was $125 with all the discounts, and I got it shipped free and all that stuff. And everybody said if you want to play around with and get familiar with it, get the Harbor Freight. So I did. I love it. I mean, it's not, I don't know, there's a different crystal that they use in this, and it'll draw power even when the sun's not shining. It might be overcast a little bit, but it'll still put out a little bit of a power where your other ones with a different kind of crystal, it's the part that's inside here that they're talking about, the monocrystal and polycrystal or whatever. Anyway, I'm not familiar with it. I'm learning. All right, but anyway, I know these will draw where the other ones won't. And to get started in it, I recommend it. It gets you, gives you an idea on what you got to do and how it works and everything. The only thing I can see wrong is the corners on the outside panels right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, there's a crack there. There's a crack there. And there's a crack over on this side. That's the only thing I see wrong with them. But it doesn't seem to, hurt it any. I mean, they still put out good wattage. You've seen that. And I mean, I got them up here, and there it's clear down there, and that's quite a ways to run them. And I'm losing a lot of power with the cord I got. I'm going to move them here soon. But that's what I got there. And then these are the boards I got off that barn. See, we was going to put a deck on the trailer here, and then we was going to put siding, and we were going to do a lot here. And then that came up for sale, and like I say, no money down, and what I give for it, I thought I got a good deal on it with having 3 acres between the two places, and I got, well, this one here I'm going to tear apart and tear down. I thought I'd save it. If I was going to live here, I would have spent a couple $1,000s on it and put a roof on it, and then sided it, and like I say. But anyway, these are the barn boards. This is all oak, 2x6 oak boards. I've already taken some of them out. It used to go all the way down to the end of that post. But anyway, I got this much to tear out yet. And that's what's going to fix that bottom section of that area where the porch is at, underneath the porch. When we get up on top, that's going to be all 2x4s. This is all oak. This is some stuff that I cut with the chainsaw. I don't know if you can see the grooves in it. It's not very smooth. I mean, it's still got the chainsaw marks in it. That's some of the work with that chainsaw mill. You'll have to watch it when I use it. I'm going to do a video on using that chainsaw mill. It don't take that long to make your lumber. I mean, it's slow. I'm not saying it's like a bandsaw or a regular sawmill, but you keep at it, it'll get her done at the end of the day. You'll have a pretty good pile of boards. And, you sharpen your chain, keep your chain sharp. Works good. This is the splitter. Alright, I put this together. Alright, I had a heart attack in 2013. And that was the end of my splitting by hand. Or 2012, excuse me. So I had this laying around. I put this together off and on, but all it was a cylinder and this piece here, and it was part of a John Deere flail wagon, or flare wagon, whatever. And anyway, long story short, I put it all together, and then we got a John Deere cylinder, but I didn't have the valve system. And my brother-in-law, he says, well, let's get that splitter going, seeing how you can't split with a hand splitter. I says, well, I'll be able to. Well, that didn't work. Stubborn me, normal guy. The doctors don't know nothing. Yeah, right. Anyway, we got it going. He went and bought this on eBay, I think it was, and I think it was like $45 or $55. Well, I've had to rebuild it a couple times because the O-rings are bad in it. And then I took it to the machine shop and had them bore it and put a different, a neck-sized, bigger ram, whatever, in it. Well, anyway, it's about a 20-tonner now. It was, I think, a 12-ton, but now it's about a 20-ton. I can bow that beam if I get into a big piece of elm. And then the motor is a Predator motor that I got from, I think that's a 5.5 horse, 212 cc. I got that from Harbor Freight for $100 or $99.99 or whatever it was. They had them on sale. Every once in a while you catch them on that. But the system works good. That might be just a little bit underpowered, but everything that we split, well, you've seen our pile over there. There's our trailer. Everything you see over there, this will split. We've had a couple that it won't split, but anyway, that's what we got going on with the splitter. I bred rabbits the other day on the 30th of the month. I've got 3 of my does bred. I got this one is bred. Oh, Chubby Cheeks here. She's got a curl on the bottom of her lip. She's fat. I got this one bred. I got this one bred. And the 2 chinchillas that I got down here, them's going in the freezer. I didn't breed them. They're not a meat rabbit. They're not very big. I mean, they get meat on them, but I mean, it's not compared to these over here in this cage, like this one here. That one's probably half again as big as what the ones are in there. So I didn't breed these 2. These are both does. I didn't breed them, and then I got my one male. Oh, this one here I bred too. This is a female. I bred this one. So I got 4 of them that I bred. So I'm going to have quite a few. If they all make it, I'll have quite a bit of meat to put in the freezer this fall. So yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them bred, and I got the male in this one. He's being shy today, and then I got my old male over here that I bred. I bred 2 of them with the old male, and 2 of them with the new male or the younger male. So we're going to have some rabbits this fall. I'll give updates on that and how many litters, or how many I had in the litter, and keep you updated on that. And there's that Husqvarna that I was telling you that had the 21 horse on it. If I have to, no, it's 24 horse, excuse me, but it's a V-twin, so I don't know if it'll fit under the hood or if I can make that hood work. The muffler system, I don't know. Anyway, I have that, but the hydrostat's out of it, so it's, and to replace the hydrostat on that, first of all, it's not serviceable, they say. Well, you can do it, but you have to know what you're doing. Sorry about the wind, but I'm just going to take the rear end out of it, and I'm probably going to take that one out and put it underneath there and just get the pulley to go to it, and then I'll have that one together. Either that or I'll take the motor off and put it in the other, whichever's easier. We got a lot of people ask me about my batteries laying around here. I've got 2 there. I've got 3 over here. I've got a couple over there. Well, in Illinois, I don't know where it is anyplace else, but if you don't take a battery in with you, they charge you for a core. And it's anywhere from $3 to $6, depending on where you go. And so I save all my batteries. That way, when I go get my new ones, when I decide to put my solar up, I'll have a core, so I don't have to pay the extra. Because when they advertise it for like $89.99, well, that's the price with the core. And if they got a $6 core for your old battery, that's added on to the $69.95 or $99, whatever the price is. That $6 is added on to the end of it. So, you know, you're thinking you're going to get a battery for $100. You know, if it's $99, which normally are golf cart batteries, which I buy, or marine batteries, whichever. I use both. The golf cart batteries are about $100 a piece. Well, if you don't have that core, then they're $108 plus tax, and that's why I have the batteries laying around. And then I like to have them around in case I want to put more batteries on my bank, which I eventually want to go to 6 volt hooked into series into 12 volt, and then I want to have possibly 24 volt, but then I got to get a 24 volt MPT charge controller, and it's a little bit more money, but not much in the long run. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do some more checking out. Like I say, I'm not that familiar with the solar, I guess, but I got a good education when I got the Harbor Freight. And everybody I seen on YouTube, I read about, and they said to try it with the Harbor Freight. I'm happy I did. It gave me a charge controller. It gave me a place to start, and it works. I mean, I'm still using it, and it's working fine. And I've had it, let's see, 4 years now, because I had it up at the trailer the second year I was up there. So yeah, this will be the 4th year on it, and well, it's holding up. Other than them cracks, that's it. So, well, listen, YouTube, I'm gonna let you go. Subscribe. I appreciate you watching. Talk to you later. Bye.